I'm gonna miss GTA and that.
I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this clip of a man saying he's gonna miss out on Grand Theft Auto 6, I thought it was just another mad internet moment. What? One of those things people laugh at and move on from. But when you actually hear the full story behind this one, it stops being funny very quickly.
Stop it. Get some help.
And turns into something a lot more serious. This story comes out of Abingdon. A man has now been sentenced to life in prison after killing his ex-partner. And that GTA clip just adds this strange and uncomfortable contrast.
On the 30th of May, 2025, said the following. I accidentally killed her. At least I admitted to it. I'm going to miss GTA. I'm going to get life.
I can't get it out of my head.
So here's what actually happened. Robert Richens, who's 35 and from Oxford, had an argument with his ex-partner at her home. That argument escalated and turned violent, and she was killed in her own house, after which he contacted the police himself and told them what he had done.
She's not moving.
Okay, what's your name for me?
It's Robert Richens, and I'm then being honest because I'm ashamed of what I've done. I did not mean to kill this person. I did not mean to do it.
No, I understand that.
There is.
Where is it?
At hers.
At hers. Her house. Where's her house?
I need to speak to my solicitor. Can you please use that on me? I handed myself in on purpose.
Right, but we need to know where
is she?
where she is.
Yeah.
Right. Robert, you're under arrest for murder, okay? You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, okay?
Rachael Vaughan, 40 years old, was pronounced dead at the scene. Police later said there was no attempt made to help her, no effort to call an ambulance before it was too late. Nothing that suggested he tried to stop the situation or reduce the harm. And that lack of action was something the court took very seriously when deciding how this case should be dealt with. The judge didn't hold back. Richens was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 16 years before he can even be considered for parole, meaning he's going to spend a huge portion of his life behind bars over a decision that can never be undone. Officers from Thames Valley Police described his actions as heartless, pointing out that he showed no care for the life he had taken. What makes this even harder to process is how moments like that GTA clip can circulate online so casually. 1 minute people are laughing or making jokes. The next minute, you realize this is someone who destroyed another person's life, shattered a family, and threw away his own future at the same time. And suddenly missing a video game release feels completely irrelevant. This is about domestic violence and how quickly situations can spiral when anger, control, and unresolved issues are involved. Because too many of these cases start with arguments people think are just heated moments, and they end with lives lost and communities left dealing with the aftermath. It's easy to become desensitized when you're scrolling all day and seeing clip after clip. But behind every headline like this is a real person who didn't get another chance. And on the other side of it is someone who will now spend most of their life in a cell, missing far more than a game release. Stories like this should be a reminder that if a relationship turns toxic or violent, walking away and getting help is always the move. There is support. And there are ways out that don't end with someone losing their life. So I'll leave it there and ask you this. When you see viral clips like that GTA moment, does knowing the full story change how you see it?